Now, don't ever get it twisted, man. When you're locked up, you're going to find yourself around situations that you had no idea that were going to even take place. You know what I'm saying? For this video, I'm going to be talking about an inmate and how he choked and what it was he choked on. Let's do it. I'm the best, finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga, yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch you with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. K for All TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. If this is your first time tuning in over here on K for All TV, I want to let y'all know that majority of the things I talk about on this channel is prison or jail related because I want people to know what it's truly like inside of prison. I don't try to sugarcoat nothing. I ain't one of them people that lie just for views or make up shit or anything like that. I want people to know what it's truly like and what you can really be facing when you find yourself behind them gates, okay? So for this one here, I'm going to be talking about how an inmate choked in front of me and I didn't know if I should help his ass or not. And at the end of the day, I ain't no, person that's going to do CPR on him or anything like that. So, I did what little I could do, you feel me? But the crazy thing about it all is the inmate that actually started choking, he actually choked on a piece of pizza. Now, the funny part though is the pizza he ended up getting, it wasn't the little, French bread pizzas that you can get inside of prison. It was actually a real deal piece of pizza, like y'all see me eating inside of my intro. You feel me? It was like he got pizza hookup from the guards, you know what I'm saying? And the whole crazy thing about it is this inmate that choked on this piece of pizza was one of them ones that walked around like his shit ain't stank. He walked around like he was the best inmate on the compound. He felt like all the guards loved him and he felt like he was up here, everyone else was down here because he can get a little bit of shit from the guards. In all reality, man, he don't know if that pizza probably been sitting up there in they damn, up there and where they sit and they eat at in they break room. That shit probably been sitting up there for 3 days. That shit probably made its way to the trash can before it was finally given to him. You see what I'm saying? You never really know how it is, because I've said it before, a lot of inmates that have food inside of prison, that street food, they literally can take it out of the trash cans. You know what I'm saying? So giving it to an inmate can be some officers, first intentions, or it can be their last intentions. You get what I'm saying? So this inmate felt like because he get, street food here and there, he felt like he was better than everybody. In all reality, it was like, nah, bro, just, welcome on board of the ship where we've been getting food from officers. You see what I'm saying? So when he fucking around and was in our dorm on this specific day, he had 2 pieces of pizza. And he's walking around and he's just showing everybody the pizza. You feel me? Everybody's like, man, how much for one, bro? Let me buy one, bro. Come on, bro. I'll buy a slice. A lot of people want to buy street stuff because you don't get it that frequently, And if you're about your dollar, then when you get stuff like this, first thing that's going to come to your mind is to sell it, flip it, make a couple, bucks. A regular French bread pizza might be like $2.50. You might get a piece of pizza that's from the streets and you can sell that shit for $10. One piece of pizza, So at the end of the day, him walking around showboating and bragging and wanting to, knowing he didn't have any intentions of selling it. He just wanted the attention to show everybody, look what I got. Ha ha, you don't have this. You feel me? So I already knew, I never really got excited like it was the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been there, done that. I've told it multiple times. I had a female guard that would bring me her leftover dinner from the night before. And it'd be like steak, asparagus, potatoes, like real deal shit that she cooked for her and her husband. And her lunch she brought to work for me. You feel me? And I've also had them get cooked by their husband. And when their husband makes them, lunch for tomorrow, they bring that shit to me. You feel me? So I done been, that shit's old news. So I'm just sitting back, observing, watching him, show everybody the pizza and, trying to act like he's going to sell it when I knew he wasn't going to sell it, And I'm sitting there telling my dog, we were sitting on the bunk playing casino. And I'm telling my dog, I'm not looking at him, I said,
knowing damn right well he ain't finna sell that shit. You feel me? That's what I was telling my homeboy, and he was like, yeah, he finna be right over there eating that, but he just want all the attention. So a couple minutes go by, you know, we played a couple hands of casino, and next thing you know, I look over there, I see him laughing and showboating. I'm like, bro, he done had that pizza sitting there in the open on his bunk for about 45 minutes just sitting there. He want people to walk by, you feel me, and just see it sitting there, you know, like, I'm like, dog, you can tell when somebody's never had shit before, you know, so I'm just watching him and shit. Next thing you know, he starts eating it. So I tell my dog, I say, oh, look, there you go, see, he eating it now, you feel me? I knew he wasn't gonna sell that shit to nobody. He just wanted to try to act like he's upper, you know what I'm saying, compared to lower people, right? So next thing you know, he's over there, he's eating the pizza and shit. Couple of his homeboys are over there. He's telling jokes, walking back and forth while eating, laughing, kikiing. And before you know it, him and his homeboy go to rolling around. They go to like play fighting, which for those that don't know how it goes when it comes to play fighting inside of prison where I'm at in Florida, you actually can get more time in confinement than you will real fight. You see, that's the crazy thing. And I used to tell my homeboys, when it come to that horse playing, you know, if we get caught and they gonna take us to the box, I'm gonna swing on you for real, so we might as well turn it into a real fade. So that way, you know, we get a little less time in the box. You feel me? Because horse playing carries more time in confinement, which is crazy, you know? But he's horse playing over there with his homeboy and shit like that. They're rolling around. Now I could tell, you know, they done gotten to such a severe wrestling match that it's all on who's the alpha, who's gonna pin who on the ground, who's gonna make who tap first, you know, who's gonna say uncle. You know what I'm saying? So they're rolling around on the bunk and shit, and I'm still just playing cards, looking at everything. Next thing you know, he's got like half a piece of, you know, like pizza in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? He's like holding it with his teeth while he's wrestling and rolling around. Before you know it, all you hear is, he's choking, he's choking, he's choking, he's choking. So I look over, and he's laying there, bro. He's choking, bro. Like he done probably swallowed a whole chunk of pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like at least a bite full. And it's really his own fault for horse playing and, you know, with food in your mouth. It's common sense. So now that they're saying he's choking and shit and everybody's running over there, you know, I get up, I go over there, you feel me? Just to see if there's something I could do. You know, I don't want to see the dude, you know, die off of a piece of pizza he was just showboating about. But as I run over there, he's laying there and he literally cannot breathe, bro. He's grabbing his throat. And he's making like a gasping noise and stuff. People are running up to him trying to get the little Heinz maneuver and trying to like, all that shit. And the crazy thing about it is even though it was a serious situation and I didn't want him to die from it, I found it funny because, you know, watching, you know, the Heinz men and like the things that's just going on in the dorm. Like, can you believe this guy's choking on the same piece of pizza he was just acting like he was gonna sell? So next thing you know is they're doing that. I'm like, you should have sold that shit. A bunch of people start laughing. You feel me? You should have sold the pizza. You feel me? So now I'm making like jokes at him as his homeboy's trying to like Heinz maneuver save him, right? Next thing you know, somebody runs up to the officer station, starts banging on the glass and gets the guard's attention and let them know someone's in here choking, someone's in here choking. So the guards run in there and everything. So now when the guards run in there, I guess he hit the panic button. More than one came in. When they came in like 5, 6, 7 deep, some of them had their hands on their damn, like their mace, like they were gonna mace somebody. So I acted like I was being a savior. I went to grabbing them and went to act like I was getting them in the Heinz maneuver, like I was trying to save them, just because I didn't want them to think that, you know, I participated in anything that led to him, you know, choking. You know, I didn't want them to, you feel me? And then the guard was like, where'd he get that pizza from? Because like I said, he didn't eat all the pizza. There was still like a piece sitting on the bunk. But it was, you know, you could see the crust. It's shaped like a triangle. You could tell that's real street pizza. You feel me? So I ain't want to look like he got it from me or anything, you know, or that I knew where it came from. Because now the guards want to know, how did he get that pizza? Because now an inmate is sitting here choking on the pizza that was given to him by either a guard or snuck it in through the gate or found in the trash or whatever it was, you know, but they know that is not the pizza that we have access to purchasing on Canteen. You see what I'm saying? So they grab him, they get him up, they're helping him, they're trying to help him not choke. Next thing you know, he nods off, like if he passed out, like he ain't breathing. So they take it all serious, they make us all go sit on our bunks, and they take him, they rush him to medical, shit like that. Next thing you know, we all knew the guard that gave him the pizza. You see, that was the thing. So when he was bragging about the pizza and where he and he has it and other people don't and stuff like that, we knew the type of officer this was. We knew if this was a cool officer, like I said, that would try to give it to an inmate first quarter, or if it was someone that like last option was to give it to an inmate. You know, the captain could have told him, y'all clean this shit up in here, man. This pizza's been sitting in here for 3 days. And then, you know, he probably felt like him not wanting to clean it himself, so he told this inmate, hey, you clean this right here. When you're done, I got a couple pieces of pizza for you. An inmate's gonna be like, hell yeah, and go in there and clean it. Really, that's 3-day-old, 4-day-old pizza sitting there. You know, really, the guard didn't want to do it himself. So we knew it was like a bottom feeder officer is what we used to call them, shit eaters, to where they're real dickheads. They're not really like, they don't care about inmates. So by us knowing that, we knew 9 times out of 10 he got that shit out of the trash, or it was some type of slime ball move he did in order for the inmate to be able to get the pizza. You see, we knew this. So that same officer comes in after they rushed him to medical. He comes in and he's like, I seen him get that pizza out of the trash. How many of y'all in here seen it? Right now, raise your hands. How many of y'all in here seen him get that pizza out of the trash? Because he thought, you know, since his inmate damn near either died or, you know, is about to die, or we didn't know what it was yet, but as it was in the heat of the moment, the guard went to getting spooked, thinking like, damn, he might have told someone that I gave it to him. Now that this happened, you know, it's really like my job is on the line. And then if he died from it, then that officer's freedom would have been on the line. You see what I'm saying? So he wanted to see who knew about him. Who did the inmate say, you know, gave it to him, to anybody else? So nobody raised their hands really, because we knew there wasn't no pizza in our trash. You get what I'm saying? We knew there was no pizza in this dorm inside that trash can. Not no real street pizza. We knew that. You get what I'm saying? So nobody raised their hand. Next thing you know, since nobody raised their hand, I guess the officer felt like they know he got it from me. So he started calling regular people, bringing them inside the back in the laundry room and making them write a statement saying that they observed him going through the trash. Like they didn't put that we seen him get the trash and take the pizza out of it, but we observed inmate. Last time I seen him today, I observed him. He was checking the trash can for something. You feel me? To make it look like he possibly could have found that pizza. You know, and then now when you look at it, the captains and the lieutenants know for a fact that pizza was up there in the break room. So now that pizza's on this inmate's bed, and then he's choking, and it's the same pizza that was inside of the damn break room when the white shirt could have told the lieutenant to clean that shit, or told the officer, hey, clean this break room, they would have known somehow, some way it was giving to the inmate. You see? So guard was trying to, you know, cover his tracks and try to make people make fake statements and stuff. And a couple people did, you know, because the guards would go after who was like the weakest links. The ones that were like, you know, couldn't take care of themselves, didn't really have respect by the guards, you know, and they would pull them out of the bunch and they'd bring them back there and they'd drill them and they'd threaten them and they'd try them and they'd harass them to make them make fake statements, you know, to cover their own tracks. And I remember me sitting there saying, because I knew for a fact that he didn't find it in the trash, and I remember me sitting there saying, oh, I hope he don't call me. I hope he doesn't call me and be like, Harris, come back here. I was like, I hope he don't call me back there, bro. I don't want nothing to do with none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because these guards really didn't like me like that anyways. They respected me, but they didn't like me. These particular officers, like around this circle with this guard. You know, so I ain't want no parts of it. Because I ain't want to go in there and say that happened, because if he died, then it was like, damn, the guard literally killed him and I'm covering for the guard. Feel me? And then if I don't do it, the guards are going to be out for me now because I'm not doing it. So now they're going to be, you know, extra harassing me and stuff like that. And sure enough, I'm sitting there. Harris, they call me back there. I get up. I'm like, oh, man. Easiest thing I was able to say. I said I wasn't even in the dorm. That's what I told him. I said I wasn't in the dorm. And he was like, oh, well, that's even better. I just need you to sign right here that the last time you seen him, you witnessed him going through the trash. And I said, listen, sir, I'm not doing that because I wasn't here. You get what I'm saying? How's my story gonna match other people's stories of witnessing him go through a trash can when I wasn't even here? You know, that's just what I was saying. He's like, where were you? I said, I was in classification. I got stuck in classification during count time, and I was sitting there the whole time. I had to sit in my classification officer's, you know, office the entire time. And he looked at me for a second like he knew I was lying, but then he looked, it was the same look as if not only did it feel like he knew I was lying, but it was like I was so quick with my story that it felt like it could have been accurate. So he's like, don't worry about it. Go back to your bunk. You know, he froze for a second. So I'm like, damn, I'm on their bad, you know, I'm on their shit end of the stick though. You feel me? But it is what it is. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. So I go back there. Now when I go back, all the inmates were asking me just like we were asking the inmates before me. What'd they do? What'd they tell you to do? You know what I'm saying? What'd they try to have you? You know what I'm saying? They were asking me. I'm like, man, they tried to get me to sign and shit like that and say that I seen them digging through some trash and stuff like that. And I said, I told them I wasn't in here. You feel me? And the people who were asking me that, you know, ding, it like triggered in their mind like, oh, well, that's gonna be my damn story now when they pull me in there. So next thing you know, next couple people go in there, one after another. And I guess the other ones try to say, oh, I wasn't there, I wasn't there, I wasn't there, I wasn't there. They peeped the pattern. As soon as I started that, now all of a sudden everyone else is saying that. So they peeped the pattern. So that made the guards not like me. Because they felt like I encouraged people to be against an officer when I really wasn't in the dorm. You feel me? That's what they were feeling like I did. But in all reality, I was just like, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, you know, be in the middle. I'm not trying to get caught lying. How did I see him go through the trash just like other inmates did? That was inside of the dorm when I wasn't. I was in classification, talking to my classification officer. That was the best thing I was able to do, you know what I'm saying? And it got so severe that FDLE came out there, which is the Federal Department of Law Enforcement. Now, or Florida Department of Law Enforcement is what you would call it in Florida. So, but they came down there and they started questioning people. And it was crazy because they literally went down the line of bunks to question people. And I'm over repeating myself in my head over and over again what I'm gonna tell them when they come to my bunk. I'm just gonna tell them I wasn't here. I didn't see it. I was in, you know, classification. You feel me? But then I'm thinking a part of, in my mind, I know how deep these people are that they might just be like, okay, well, let's pull the cameras and make sure he was where he says he was. That's what I'm thinking they're gonna do. So I'm gonna get caught lying. And now when I get caught lying, they're gonna wanna try to pin the choking situation on me. Like, why would you lie about where you were if you didn't have nothing to do with him getting that pizza? You feel me? Now I'm gonna have to tell him, well, look, you trying to put a body on me or whatever it is, or put the situation on me because I'm lying about where I was, so it makes me look guilty. But in all reality, I just ain't wanna lie for them fuck ass officers. That's how I would have told them. So next thing you know, they come down the line, boom, boom, boom. They're going to each bunk. They come to my bunk and they look at me and walk right by me. And I'm like, that was like weird. I'm talking about, like, I was in like bunk 7 and they did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Just straight came to my bunk as I was like, I leaned up because I was laid back. Everybody was laid back on their bunks waiting for them to come speak to them. And I leaned up to talk and they kept going. They walked right by me. Made me feel like, damn, like the guards must have put in a word. Like, oh, he ain't, you know, cooperating with the story we want to put together, so let's skip him. Let's put everybody else on the docket but him. And put on there as an excuse for him that he claims he was not in the dorm. And they didn't ask me nothing. You feel me? But it was just crazy because that guard, you know, he had to cover his trail now, you see? And then a couple days later, it ended up switching from the trash to where the guards started telling us he got the pizza from outside the compound. That somehow it got brought in through, you know, from the people that work outside on DOT. Somehow it got brought in. So now he made it look like he basically choked on a pizza that he shouldn't have had anyways. So if that inmate died or not, regardless, due to him choking on pizza he shouldn't have had, they made it look like it was smuggled in contraband. So while he was in the infirmary, he was cuffed. He was cuffed to the bed. You know what I'm saying? So now he was a confinement inmate. You see? All because he had that pizza. See, the guards will cover their trail. You see what I'm saying? They might give you something and bless you and make you feel like they fought with you. But best believe, when that heat is on, they going to do all they can to twist and turn that shit to make it look like you're the wrong one. You're going to take the fall. So this man was considered a confinement inmate now for contraband of pizza that apparently got smuggled from outside the gate. But in all reality, it was given to him by a guard. You see? Now, none of this would have happened, though, if this inmate wouldn't have just been showboating and sold the shit. And it wouldn't have happened if he wasn't horseplaying while he was eating. You feel me? So it was one of them situations to where, like, the inmate himself wasn't a cool inmate. You know, he was one of them people that just felt like he was above everybody. Like, we all broke the law but him. That's how he acted. You know, he literally sweared and acted like he was better than everybody else. So when he got his hands on this little bit of street food, he didn't know how to act other than showboat and promote it. And now the same people you're promoting it and showing it to and bragging to are the same people that are watching your ass over there get put in the Heinz maneuver, trying to get this shit out of your throat. You see? And it was just, I don't know why I even got up off my bunk and went closer to the scene thinking I can help the dude. You feel me? Because that right there is what made it to where when the guards came in, everybody that was closest to the situation at the time, those are the main ones that they wanted to be, you know, in check of what to put on their paper to say the last time they seen him, how he could have gotten the pizza. Oh, I don't know where he got the pizza from, but I did see him going through the trash. You see what I'm saying? Now, the only thing the guards could have tried to make me do, which they didn't, which I was waiting for them to throw it out there, was, oh, you say you was in classification? Yeah, okay, we'll say on the paper that you were in classification and you observed inmate such and such going through the trash can in classification also. So you think that my story, when I'm on the whole other side of the pound at the time, which is a lie, but you think that I'm going to say I'm way over here and I observed him going through the trash, and then the 6 other people you got saying that he went through the trash in our dorm, all 7 of our stories are together, even mine when I'm across the compound, that makes me look 100% like suspicious and guilty of playing parts in somehow. See what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't going to bait myself up. A lot of inmates bait themselves up when it comes to these guards. Not Frog. See, I know how to do confinement time. I know how to lay down and do that time if I got to, so the box never really scares me, you see? So I'm going to keep it thorough my entire time, you feel me? If a guard tells me, oh, this is what it is, or you're going to the box, you might as well go ahead and pull your cuffs out then, Sarge. I'll turn right around and be like, man, I'll cuff up. I'll tell them straight up. I'll turn right around and be like, I'll cuff up. I'll tell them that straight to their face. Go ahead and get that paperwork in rotation. Like, I ain't on that shit, bro. I ain't finna belittle myself, and I definitely ain't finna put myself in no choking life or death situation, you know, because I'm scared to go to confinement. Fuck no, you feel me? And since that situation, them same guards, they didn't like me, dog. I'm talking about, like, I'd be walking the canteen, and then, like, they'd be standing there and they'd be talking in like a huddle while we're about to hit the canteen window, and we'll be out there about 25, 30 minutes. They'll wait right till I'm next in line. Canteen closed, back to the dorm, waiting for me to say something because, damn, y'all closed the window when I'm the very next person. You know, so they want me to be like, damn, man, hold on, man, I gotta hit the thing. Oh, what, you got a problem? Oh, you got a problem? Take it up with classification. That's the type of shit they would say. They would buck you, do different things like that, you feel me? Like, they could, depending on, like, what institution you're at, some places have a phone list where, you know, you gotta have, like, you gotta sign the phone list in the dorm and put what time for you to get on the phone. You can't just bang back through when you want to. They got a phone list at some institutions. Some institutions I went to, they take the phone list for real. Some other institutions I went to, there isn't even a phone list. And then some other institutions I've been to, they got a phone list, but they don't really go by it. You'll be the only one signing that motherfucker. And there'll be other people that sign it, and people just get on when they want to get on. It all depends on the traffic of what dorm you're in. You feel me? And at this time, they got real strict with the phone list. And I remember my name was on the phone list. Next thing you know, they said, everybody back to your bunks. Right when I was supposed to be next on the phone. And it didn't really trigger in my mind that, damn, they're doing this specifically to try me. You know, it didn't trigger on my mind. But I did see them when I was sitting there like this, waiting to use the phone. I did see them look at me. And then, like, grab the phone list and look at it. And then bang on the glass. Because, like, when they looked at me, and I seen them grab the phone list while looking at me and looked at the phone list, I turned away. And then when they banged on the glass, I thought they were, you know, trying to get my attention. So when I looked, They're like, everybody back to your bunks. Everybody back to your bunks. So I'm like, all right, something must, you know what I'm saying? I don't think nothing of it. Next thing you know, they got us sitting on our bunks for no reason. The whole dorm. They have us sitting in there, just killing the time until it's count time. See, normally you go to your bunk when it's count time. They had us sitting there like something's gonna happen, or they're gonna do a shakedown, or somebody's missing in a different dorm or something like that. But really, they were just killing our free time. So that way, by the time they were done doing whatever, phones are off. There was no more phones going on. So when they finally, you know, let us all off our bunks, there was like 11 minutes left before, you know, lights out, before we're locked down for the night. So I knew I was next on the phone. So I went to go, even though phone calls are 15 minutes, I went to go get my 11 minutes real quick. You know, out of that 15. It's my people paying it, so it shouldn't matter. And when I went, the phone was on. I looked at him, he says, phone's off for the night. Phones are off for the night. So I'm like, all right. So I felt like I didn't think too much on it. I didn't like dwell on it, you know. But the next thing you know, it happened a couple times. I was supposed to be next on the phone. They pulled that shit. Once I noticed they did that shit like 3 times, and then they started doing that shit with the canteen and different things, I realized whatever it was that I wanted to do, they would shut short. They would try me. They would stop it for the night. Whatever it was I was trying to do. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I knew the guards were against me, because I ain't stick up for what they got going on about this inmate choking on a piece of pizza that they ended up getting from an officer. You see what I'm saying? And it's crazy because anytime somebody chokes on something, you know, everybody don't know what the fuck to do. You know, you might see things in movies and hear things about stuff, and you might feel like you know what it is to save someone, you know. But at the same time, we just trying to make you stop choking. You know, we ain't fucking no professional, bro. Like, I've never tested on a dummy like they train you and fucking do what I gotta do to help you breathe. Like, I don't know nothing about none of that. I just know you can't breathe due to right here. So let's try to get that shit out of the way. That's all, you know, that I was gonna be able to try to do anyways. But a part of me regrets even being nosy about the situation and going up trying to even help. You know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't help at first, I was just cracking jokes like, you should have sold that shit. But when them guards came out and I grabbed them like I was trying the Heinz maneuver to him, that made it look like I may have been one of the inmates that he told where the pizza came from. And it was just crazy because I found myself in a situation that I ain't even want to be a part in. You know what I'm saying? And you come across things that happen all the time inside of prison, and you'll be in the wrong place, you know, the wrong fucking time. And that's how it goes, you know what I'm saying? If you've ever were locked up and you found yourself in a situation like similar to this, like, or around a thing that you had nothing to do with, but you were just there, drop it in the comment section. If you ever seen an inmate choke and, you know, they had to be rescued or something, put that in the comment section. Let everybody know how serious it went, how, you know, this dude right here is like lifeless, and you're trying to, you know, fucking reborn them again, you know? Drop it in the comment section. Let people know, man. But that's all I got for y'all today. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Appreciate everybody that been jumping on my gaming channel, vibing with me late night. And y'all already know, man, stay tuned for the next video. Like I always say before I wrap it up, keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, clout chasers out your circle, man. Until next time, this the one and only. I am my team, Frog.
I'm a criminal, I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though.
I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though, cause I'm a criminal, yeah, I'm a criminal.